everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another layout. Now this time I thought, you know what, I want to do some pictures of Mason at his soccer over the summer. This was actually one of the bigger picture, the 4x4. It was the last day when they got their medals and everything. And I thought, I don't want to use one of my pre-made kits. I just want to put a page kit together and see how long it takes me. I can tell you, it was one of the most painstaking thing that I have gone through in the last, little bit putting a kit together. It took me a good hour, over an hour and a half to put one page kit together. One. Now the other day I went upstairs and I took some of the pattern papers that I put together and I put like 7 pages together, like lickety split. Yes, it took me a long time to put the big kit together, probably a couple of hours, and then now it's probably going to take me a few hours to put those 36 pages together. But I'm sure it's not going to take me 36 hours or 40 hours. And this one took me a good hour and a half, if not closer to 2 hours, just to pick the stuff to put on this page, because I was like, well, I got to have some soccer stuff, like I got to have some soccer stickers and orange stuff. And it was too much. Like I found that I stressed over it way too much, and I'm happy to be putting these page kits together, and then after that I'll have a whole bunch there that I can work on whenever I feel like I want to make a page. Now I have to apologize in advance. I was filming this and I was going along just awesome, oh, this page is coming together and I really like how it turned out. And then at the end of it, when I, because it's quite a bit taller than I am where the camera is, and I went up so that I could turn it off and the camera was off. I wanted to cry. My camera, my iPhone, was full, and usually it makes a sound when it turns off, but I must have put it on mute, and so it made no sound whatsoever. So all I have is a little bit of the process, and then once I'm pretty much done the page, then I come to you live and I tell you what I did for the page. So that was the best I could do after that happened. So the first part, this part here, usually I do ×4. I only did it ×2 so that I could explain, have time to explain a little bit what happened. But anyway, these things happen. I thought I would share it anyway because I really I really liked the layout at the end. So this sun here was a pattern paper from Bo Bunny, and I had put it in another kit, didn't end up using it, and then it was in my stack of pattern papers, to be used kind of thing. And I thought that would be so fun to cut out the sun and then put my pictures over top. So now at this point I did do it ×4 just because this video is already like 18 minutes long, but I did want to have a chance just to let you know. A lot of the products that I used for this page is I went into my container from Freckled Fawn, and I was a subscriber of their kits for years and years, at least 2 years, and I have all these embellishments that I've barely used any of them, so I'm trying to use them a little bit more. So I went into that stash and I did grab quite a bit of embellishments that I end up using on this layout. I'm going to use the Bo Bunny pattern paper, the one that's right underneath my hand there. It's orange, and then it goes into an ombre, and then it goes into green. I'm going to use that as a layering piece for the 4x4 pattern paper. One of the pattern papers that I did end up using is an old pattern paper from Stampin' Up. Like I've said many times before, I used to be a Stampin' Up demonstrator, so I have a ton of Stampin' Up pattern paper, so it's nice to be able to grab those once in a while and use them on layout. Okay, while I'm finishing that off, and at the end of the video I'll explain in detail what I did for the layout, but I just want to mention my friend Evelyn. I just want to say hi. She is now in Florida where Hurricane Irma is, and I'm just worried about her, and I just want to tell her to be safe. And I know she's watching my videos, and I just want to tell her to be safe, and anyone that is in the Florida state. And apparently if it goes a certain way, it can go towards Texas too. So I just want to say, just to everyone, just to be safe. Now, like I said, I want you to use this Bo Bunny pattern paper as a layering piece, and then I'm going to use that Stampin' Up! Pattern paper, and I'm just going to make it so that it comes out on the side just a little bit, and it really makes it pop, and it brings that orange from like the sun. It's nice and bright and orange, so by bringing that in, it brings in that color again. It was so fun to go see him this summer play soccer. He played soccer every Tuesday and Thursday, and we missed one, and or I missed one, and so did my husband. Actually, he missed one, not the same one, but we both missed one, and it was so much fun to watch him play. He so enjoyed it. And just to let you know, after my discussion of the layout, at the end of that, there's a couple of clips of him playing soccer, like live. And then there's a little bonus one at the end, and it's to do with another little cutie pie. So just stay tuned for that. At the end of the video, there's going to be a couple of little videos of Mason playing soccer. And I have to say, Nami is not a very good camera man. I was so nervous when he was getting close to the net that there's a couple of times that I missed him doing the scores. Yes, I missed him putting it in the net, but he did. So that's the fun part. Okay, so next is just me talking about the layout. To show you what I got done with this page, because it didn't get recorded. I thought I was recording and it turned off. My phone was full and it was on mute, so I didn't hear it. So by the time I noticed, I was done. I literally went up so that I would turn it off, and it was already off. But anyway, so this sun here was part of this sheet here. It was 4 6x6, and it had a sun. It had blue all around it, so I just cut the blue off. So I just detail cut, and then I put it to the edge, and then I cut it off, and then I didn't want to waste it, so I put it to this side here. And I printed 4 photos using my the app on my phone, and then printed it with my Canon selfie, and then I mounted the photo in black. And then each of the clusters I put a piece of washi tape, and it's this washi tape here, and it totally reminded me of a referee shirt, and so I thought that was perfect. And then over here, a lot of the embellishments I put on this was from Freckle Fawn. I just have all my Freckle Fawn into a container. I was a member of the kit for years and years, and I stopped recently because I just have way too much stuff, and I gotta use what I have. So I'm starting to use what I have, and so I went into my Freckle Fawn container and took out a bunch of stuff. So there was these acetate hearts, which I put through my Xyron 2.5 Create a Sticker machine. I've had that for years, probably like 15 years, and I hadn't been using it because I had no place to put it sort of in my face before, and now it's right beside me, so I know I reminded to use it. And I also, there was these little heart clouds in orange, so I put those through the Xyron machine too. They were like this, and I decided to use them, and they were from Freckle Fawn too, little acetates. And then I used them as the base for my embellishment clusters. I had gone to the dollar store to get something else, and I saw these stickers for soccer, so I grabbed them because I knew that Mason was playing soccer, so I knew I would use them. I put them exactly where I know they would be so that I could use them right away. These 4 little wood veneer frames, I just decided to use them all. I had a bunch of them and I just used them all on this page. And I just put U4 for under 4, and that's, you know, the team that it was on. It was at Kodiak Soccer. It was in 2017. I put his name, and then it says here, "Hey, you funny," and he was funny. And this says "Happy Plays." There was some little enamel shapes, again, from Freckled Fawn. A lot of the embellishments are Freckled Fawn. The only ones that are not Freckled Fawn are those stickers from the dollar store. Everything else was Freckled Fawn except for the enamel dots. And these were off this sheet, and I took all the orange one. I put a couple with the title and a couple with the year. And then there were some puffy stickers, one that said "Good Times," one that said "Yes," and one that had a little star. And then I put some mist, and the mist was the Heidi Swap Black. I also mounted this photo, which is 4x4 in black. I put some of that washi tape. Again, everywhere there is a little piece of that acetate of the clouds. And then I just put some stickers over top. Just made sure that all my stickers layered over top of each other. Another thing that I'm trying is, because there's so many people here now, it gets pretty loud downstairs. So I remembered that I had this microphone for when I'm going to be doing live, like Google Plus Hangout. So I've put that onto my iPhone, and to try to muffle, because it says that it's a noise stabilizer, so it'll kind of block out the noise from other places and just pick up on your voice. So we will see how that works. So this is the first time that I'm using it. And that's another thing, that thing there makes it so that the phone turns on and off quietly too, because it's sort of this it takes in all the sounds. So I'll have to watch my camera a whole lot closer on my phone. I film with my iPhone. There was also some stickers from Freckled Fawn, and I just put them in all the clusters. Here it says "Super," "Oh Boy," and "Forever." And I wish I would have had a little bit more time, sort of, you know, voiceover, which that's probably what I'll do for the beginning, because I do have about 15 minutes of taped. And if I fast forward it, I can make it like 7 minutes. So I can talk about how his year went for soccer at the beginning, and then you'll get what I did at the end. And then, you know, I'll add some pictures. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some journaling down here. I'm going to use my T-square ruler, which is going to be a little more difficult because of the little wood frames there, but we will make do. So I'll just put the journaling right underneath this photo. Now, I'm not going to say much on this one. I'll probably do another one. I mean, I got to do more than one layout. Oh, and one thing that I'm you know, that'll be on this video too, is I took quite a few footage of him playing, and he was quite the little player. He probably could have went with under 6. Actually, whenever he went to my nephew's soccer practice when he was in Bathurst visiting my mom, and the coach would let him play with their team, you know, practice and stuff. And then when they were playing, the kids that were waiting to play afterwards, they would want to play with him. And, you know, so he's quite the little player. He just absolutely loves soccer. He's been, basically has had a soccer ball attached to him since he was about 1.5. So that's all I'm going to put, that this was his first year playing soccer and that he absolutely loved it. And I should have I never took a picture of him and his pappy, because his pappy was an assistant coach. So he absolutely loved that, because when he would come and see Josh play hockey, he thought that it was awesome that, you know, his pappy was the coach. So he asked him, very young, he was about 2.5, if he could be his coach when he played sports. So my husband, where it was his first year, he just committed to assistant coach, so that way if he wasn't there, that he didn't have to be, which didn't work out because there was a couple weeks that he was on vacation, and my husband ended up going in anyway to help out coaching. So so much for that. But that's it. That's going to complete this layout. So stay tuned for some pictures. And again, I'm so disappointed that this cutout. I absolutely just love putting this page together. It was so fun. It was nice and bright and orange. I forgot to mention this side of the layout. This was a leftover from Bo Bunny. And then this is a Stampin' Up! Orange pattern paper. And then I added some enamel dots too. Now that is really it. And stand by for some photos. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Okay, so here's the video, and here he goes. There he is right there. He's number 12. Down he goes. And there's so many players that showed up from our team, and there was like 3 players from the other team. So I felt bad for the other team. But I mean, it's just for fun. And there he goes, and in the net it goes. Now the next clip, you can just see him. Oh, there he goes. He's number 12. I think he should have been with the under 6. And here is where I missed it. Boom. It went in the net, but Nammy missed it. And there he goes again. Down the field. And guess what? Nammy's going to miss the goal again, but it went in. So he had so much fun. And now here's another little soccer player. Yes, it is King Louis. We brought him one night, and that's my daughter Caitlin. And we gave him one of the soccer balls, and look at him go. He's just going after that ball. Back then he was about a pound and a half, 2 pounds. And he's about 4 pounds now. They took him to the vet yesterday, and he was 3.8 pounds. So anyway, I just thought that was so cute. I just thought I'd show you another little soccer player. And now here are the pictures of the layout. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe. And if you're enjoying these videos, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, and we will talk to you on Friday. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.